Hi everyone, I'm Cal from the Be More Outdoors YouTube channel. This morning I'm cycling from home down to Weymouth and, fingers crossed, catching the train back. On to the first climb of the day. Short and sweet, and I even had some gears left to spare. While I catch my breath, let me go through what I'm doing other than cycling. Today is the first of 3 routes over 3 days. Each day I'll be travelling from home to a coastal town, covering at least 100 kilometres, and also known as a century ride per day. I'm now following the Wiltshire Cycleway, which will take me through Longleat, and if I'm lucky, maybe even see the giraffes. But sadly, no giraffe. Sun's forecasted to come out today, but that hasn't materialised yet anyway. Still a lovely morning though. Which part of each day I cycle and take the train depends mainly on the wind direction. Today there's a northwesterly wind, so by cycling to Weymouth I benefit from a tailwind-ish. Sun's making a tentative appearance. Yay! I've just left Silton and going through Milton on Stour. This section is on a fast road, so you might want to find an alternative. I'm currently following National Cycle Route 25. This is beautiful countryside. And from here on, this is all new to me. And this is the idea behind the 3 days. I cycle beyond the area which I normally cover on day trips from home, which has by no means become boring, but it is now familiar. So I'm just curious to investigate the landscape beyond. This lane is called Witch Lane. And this is called Witch Close. The witch's house, do you reckon? Before reaching Stour Provost on the B3092, I stopped following the National Cycle Route 25, and that stretch of road right through to Tobber is quite fast, faster than the other section I mentioned. To put it into perspective, while I wouldn't necessarily omit it if I was to do the same ride again, I wasn't comfortable in filming and having one hand off the handlebar. Just gone past halfway and stopped for a bit of a stretch, and I've just noticed some blackberries. Let's see what they taste like. Oh, dropped one. Nice, just the right amount of tang. See if I can get another one past the thorns. Get two while I'm at it. Yep, consistently nice. I noticed this sign earlier, and here again, the North Dorset Cycleway. Must look it up when I get home. And maybe another one for my list of cycle rides. Like I needed any more on that list. Here it is again, North Dorset Cycleway. The route today makes use of various parts of the National Cycle Network. So far today, I've done parts of the Wiltshire Cycleway, the Route 25, and now the North Dorset Cycleway. Oh, look at that view. Absolutely worth the climb. And here's that sunshine I was hoping for. This is turning out to be a fantastic day. If you're thinking of cycling this route, even if it's just part of it, or you'd like to see more details of the route, I'll put a link in the description below. Slyers Lane is also a fast section on this route, and it's not a lane. This is it there. I'm now following National Cycle Route 26 into Weymouth from Dorchester. I've just got into a quiet country lane, so I thought I'd stop to say morning. Today takes on the same format as yesterday for the same reason, except I'm cycling to Southampton. The route will take me through Warminster, Salisbury, Ramsey before reaching Southampton, and between Warminster and Ramsey I'll be following the National Cycle Route 24. Coming out of Upton Scudamore, I'm going to cross the A350 and take on the All Road into Warminster. Rejoining the main road into Warminster now. National Cycle Route 24 comes out here, and that's where I join it, coming out of Warminster via Bishopstoke. Crossing the A36. village of Stockton. From now on, it's an area I've never cycled through before. In my experience, picturesque villages is one of the characteristics of the National Cycle Network. Don't know if you can tell by the trees, but the wind's quite strong at the moment. But it's blowing in the right direction. Right, let's be optimistic and take the rain jacket off. If you want to see a detailed map of today's route before I get on to the National Cycle Route 24 and afterwards, I'll put a link in the description below. Beautiful River Tess. I've left Ramsey and also Route 24, making my way down to Southampton. I'm cycling along Test Lane on the outskirts of Southampton. Rather than head straight to the train station, I'm going to do a detour via Tesco to get some lunch, and then, because I've got time, check out the pier. Morning! Today I've taken the train to Newport in South Wales and am cycling east, heading home with a westerly wind. Section of loose gravel here. I'm on a gravel bike, so this surface is fine, but I would say that even if I was on my road bike, I'd still be okay. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning so I could catch the 6 o'clock train to Newport, and a few minutes before it was due, there was a notification that it got cancelled. So I had to wait an hour before the next train. And it was about 6 degrees this morning, so I wasn't pleased at all, having needlessly woken up an hour earlier. I've been on this unpaved track for a while now. While the surfacing itself wouldn't be a problem on the road bike, the duration for which I'd be on this track with the road bike would make it uncomfortable, I think. Nice to be away from the traffic though. This is the sunniest it's been at this time of the morning over the last 3 days. Unfortunately, it's also the coldest it's been. I decided to use my gravel bike today because there are some unpaved section of the route and I wasn't sure whether a road bike would be okay. So far, having not quite left the orbit of Newport, I'm pleased with the decision. I'm generally cycling along National Cycle Route 4 today. I say generally because there's 2 exceptions. The first one being in Bristol. Route 4 would take me through central Bristol, which I have no interest in doing. So I'm cycling on the north-eastern outskirts of Bristol. And the second is between Bath and roughly Limpystoke. The Route 4 follows the towpath along the Kent-and-Avon Canal, and past Southampton, the towpath surface, warning, is very gravelly and there's lots of potholes. So I'll be following the road between those 2 points. Another unpaved section. Yep, definitely pleased that I've brought the gravel bike today. It got very bumpy between these last 2 corners. And now going parallel to the motorway, which is the M4. The cycle path moves away from the M4 because the Prince of Wales Bridge along the M4 doesn't have a cycle path, and I'm heading towards the Severn Bridge along the M48, which does. Caldecott train station. been following the ring road path for a little while now. Currently making my way along the northeastern part of Bristol. We are now approaching the Bristol and Bath railway path. It's my third favourite part of today's route. The second one being the two tunnels, and the first is a big hot meal when I get home. Oh yeah, well deserved. So this here is an old platform, and we're on where the tracks would have been. Another old platform. This one's been turned into a cafe. Let's go have a little look. The cafe uses an old carriage. There's a dining area just about there, behind the marquee. Doesn't look like they're running any trains today. I hurt my wrist a few weeks ago and it's just starting to hurt again. I think it might be gripping onto my handlebar on the unpaved section of today's route. So I think I'll get to Bath and then take the train home. But it's been a great 3 days. I've cycled to or from 3 coastal towns: Weymouth, Southampton and Newport, and in the process I've discovered some nice areas to go back to, and I've cycled at least 100 kilometres each day, so well done me.
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. Just got to the end of the Bristol and Bath railway path. Suddenly the heavens opened. So I'm just sheltering underneath a tree. Hope it doesn't last too long. The rain's died down a bit, so I'm just going to go for it. I do hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you want to see more like it, don't forget to click subscribe and you'll be notified when I post them. And now though, thank you for watching, take care.